Alright, and that's all of Castbot. Oh. Okay. Let's switch. Yeah. I'm not sure if I want to do Hubert's A rank right now. Kind of feel like I should wait for Edelgard's. But that might just be me. Right now I will see his... Oh, hang on, let me do this. Okay. Let's do this then.
I must thank you for lending your expertise to the aid of Her Majesty, Hanneman.
Your gratitude is wasted on me, Hubert. I choose this situation entirely because it benefits me.
And so you calling him Hanneman now?
I could carry out my research anywhere, of course, but that is, as they say, beside the point.
Is that so?
Hubert, there's something I want to tell you. Will you hear me out?
Oh, is he? Yeah, let's hear this.
Depends what it is.
It concerns your father.
Then no, absolutely not.
Oh, by all means, cover your ears and run out of the room. I'll still speak the words, for I feel that I must.
All right.
Your father, the Marquis of Vestra, well, rather the former Marquis of Vestra, was a selfless man.
Really?
He was practical and never sought power for the sake of power. In that respect, you and he are rather alike. Do you think such a man would so easily betray his emperor, even if led astray by the Prime Minister?
One, I'm surprised that Hubert is actually listening to this, because I feel like this would infuriate him, but...
Clearly, yes. That's exactly what he did. He played a large part in the assault on the palace, personally spearheaded the Emperor's capture. The thought of those treacherous arms reaching out for Her Majesty is truly upsetting.
Agreed. Facts are facts. The palace walls are stuffed with countless truths, all of them concealed by the stones and mortar of fact.
Huh, I like that.
I hoped you would have the capacity to see the unfettered truth. But I fear that where your father is concerned, your eyes may see only what you wish them to see.
I'm starting to think about what Hanneman is referring to.
I'll take that under advisement.
It's possible they got Edelgard out of the kingdom, or out of the empire, for her own safety. And her uncle was truly her uncle back then. And then when he came back, or maybe while he was there, he was replaced. We'll see. Hopefully, I think.
Feel free to ignore me. I know full well I have my own blind spots. It's just, I believe your father had something he was trying to protect.
Was it Hubert?
Bearing a stain on his honor, being purged by his own son, all in the name of protection.
Because Hubert might have intervened if something had happened to Edelgard?
I speak from knowledge, as someone who failed to protect something I held dear.
Let's say you're right. Suppose he did it to protect something he cared about. It doesn't matter. Doesn't change his actions or my judgment of them.
That's fair.
My father was a traitor to House Hraesvelg, and he deserved what he got. That was me protecting something I care about.
Ah, I can see the right of that. You have chosen your own path, Hubert.
Yeah?
Continue protecting what you wish to protect, and I shall support you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, that is an interesting B rank. And that's all we're gonna get. Still. That was good. Okay. So then, all that's left... Okay. Let's do first Dorothea and me.
This may seem a bit sudden, but I want to thank you, Professor.
Really?
That is, for letting me live my life the way I want.
Well, technically, I kind of forced you all. Whether you go one way or the other, that's up to me, but...
I've noticed you've been giving me fewer of those soul-revealing gazes lately.
Oh. Yeah?
I appreciate you making an effort to not trouble yourself over who I spend my time with.
I don't know what you mean.
If you say so. But I notice you doing it all the same. It's kind of sweet in its own way. Professor, may I tell you a story about when I was younger?
Sure, though I think I already know.
I was an orphan, living in the back alleys of Enbar, until one day I was overheard singing. That was when my new life began. I was suddenly a songstress in the Mittelfranc Opera Company.
That's such a different tone than how she talked to Ferdinand.
Performers, nobility. I met so many people. But none of them ever really knew me. I was just some young, pretty girl who could sing. A spectacle to be admired. Even though everyone praised my looks and my voice, and they showered me with gifts, I knew one day I'd be old. My looks would fade, my voice would change. I wouldn't sound the same.
That's such a depressing thought.
And I started to wonder, when I did get old, what would I have left?
But that's completely fair.
I'd be old, alone,
Oh.
and back on the streets of the capital, right where I'd started.
No, you wouldn't be there. Yeah, I don't believe that's true.
You can never be certain about what the future will bring.
You are correct on that.
I never had much to begin with in life, and I worry that one day I'll be that way again. That's why I keep searching for someone who will love me. Someone unaware of the songstress, who can love a girl that used to be scared and alone on the streets of the capital.
You gotta let them know that part of you, though.
I wonder if such a strange person can even exist.
I don't think they'd be strange. I will say a lot of these don't have as much of a finalness to them. Oh, and also, I didn't realize, why is Yuritsa got an S by his name? Why is that? Why? Why can I get with the Death Knight? Anywho, now we're at an interesting point. I've known Bernadetta since... Yeah, I think I'll do Hubert first. Yeah. Let's talk, Hubert.
Nice place, isn't it, Professor? Standing here, you can almost feel the goddess's absence.
Look. We fused. She's not gone.
Discounting what dwells within you, of course.
So you do know. Why haven't we talked about this?
Do you think some punishment would rain down from the sky if this monastery were to be destroyed?
Well, actually, yes. Because the Agarthans will nuke this place so quickly.
Of course not. Even if the so-called Immaculate One came back here for revenge.
Not Hubert, you found it yourself. That absolutely would happen. Though you don't know what made the Valley of Torment was not Sothis.
That would only be a result of this war, not the work of a deity.
I mean, you're not wrong on that. You're not wrong on that.
If it is between love and hate, then I would choose the latter. The goddess failed to properly govern this world.
We don't know that. That was Rhea.
That is why it is necessary for Lady Edelgard to become the supreme leader of Fodlan.
I would like to know if it was true that Sothis did have a good reign. If you can call it that. I don't really think she was trying to rule the world, just help people out.
Those with power must use it wisely. Is that not a teaching of the Church of Seros?
I have no idea. You know, I don't know their rules, their ways.
It's absurd to preach to others what you cannot practice yourself.
Let me read again. Yeah, you are right on that. Again, though, if we're just talking about the crest, that's the hard part. Because we can make a bunch of critiques on Rhea's leadership style as a whole, but let me read it one more time. I need to make sure. No, yeah, you gotta make sure you use your power right. You're absolutely right.
Yes. It is our humanity that pushes us to step up and take the lead should the need arise.
You're also probably right about that. Age. Increasing age is accompanied with assurity and conviction. Benjamin Franklin. One of my favorite quotes. The older you get, more assured you are that your way is the right way. I'm pretty sure that's what happened to Rhea. So that's why I say the start, okay. Who she is now, yeah, she probably did get a lot of tunnel vision. Which is why I always said, if just taking down Rhea is the goal, alright.
That is not the case for inhuman creatures with lifespans well beyond our own.
Yeah, okay, Hubert. For once, I think we're on the same page.
We must fight to preserve what makes us human. You are the one closest to the enemy. I wonder if you will be able to maintain your humanity to the end.
Look, you have a point, but darn it all, don't tell that to my face right now while I'm helping you all. Of course I will.
You make it sound easy. I find myself trusting you, even with my life.
I would hope so, after all we've been through.
I've already dedicated my life to Lady Edelgard. To throw my lot in with you is inconceivable.
You're fine with choosing her over me, as long as we can just get along.
But if I had 2 lives to give, I might devote one of them to you.
No need!
Not as master and servant, but as equal partners.
Huh. I wonder about that. Personally, I feel Hubert and I would never be able to do that, but I understand him. I understand him. Man, it is. How did he, of all people, end up having the same birthday I did? I don't get it. But now, I feel like this is me finally completing. Bernadetta's A rank has been the A rank I have let sit the longest. So this means something. Let's see.
I can't believe how long it's been since I left home. Since I was dragged out of the house, I mean. 5 whole years. It's weird to think about.
Well, it's been 2 for me, but... weird in what way?
At first, I remember I was desperate to go back, but now it's the opposite. I have friends here, and I have you. The monastery's become a second home to me.
Yeah, as soon as you came back in the other routes, you went straight to your room.
Back then, I never would have dreamed a day like this would come.
I'm happy for you.
It's all thanks to you. You've given me a second chance at life. If not for you, I never would have gotten used to leaving my room, let alone the monastery.
I don't know about that, because in the other routes, again, you still stay in your room.
Maybe the battlefields just dulled my senses.
That's what I think. I honestly think that's all Edelgard. I had nothing to do with it, because Edelgard made you a general and you started fighting in the war.
I'm much better with strangers and new places now, though. I don't panic nearly as much as before.
Meanwhile, I let Bernie stay safely on the bench. Could you go somewhere new by yourself?
A new place? All on my own? That sounds like a tough assignment. Where did this come from all of a sudden? Hey, hold on.
I will admit, Bernie has got to be the calmest with us.
You're teasing me, aren't you? Please don't joke around like that anymore. It's torture for me.
Like anybody else, she would have gotten to hysteria, but nah, she's being completely normal. I almost don't recognize her. I can't commit to that.
Come on, Professor. I'm begging you. Please promise me you won't do that again. Friends respect each other's feelings, don't they?
Okay, alright, you're right. You're right. Okay, okay, I promise.
Good. I'll hold you to that. You're absolutely not allowed to send me out anywhere on my own. Got it? You would need to come with me. If you're with me, I can go anywhere in the world.
That's fair. What do I want to say? I'll be with you in spirit.
No, that defeats the purpose. Why can't you get what I'm saying?
Oh, I get it.
I thought we were finally getting close. Guess I'm not good enough for that, though, am I?
Oh, Bernie.
I'll let you have this one, but you better be ready for next time.
That's why you... Okay. Alright, that's why Bernie has no problems. Bernie's like, I came with a mission. It's... Yeah, because out of all the confessions, Marianne's had to... That... Whoa, no. Let me... I was, I think, the most surprised. Because Marianne said, look, I've been shy all my life. But now I gotta make sure you know how much you mean to me. And I was shocked. I didn't initiate, it was her. I think that made it all the more meaningful. Okay. Stalled long enough. This is our first conversation with this man. In fact, let me see if I can boost that a bit more.
You've survived, were you?
What do I want? Guess help me out with my sword a little bit. Darn it. Fine. Yeah, it's just not unlocked. I could go for tea.
Were you?
But maybe I should just wait. It's probably not meant for us to get it now. Let's end this with Yuritsa and Mercedes. Whoa. Huh. Now don't...
I never imagined I'd see you again.
I was about to say, don't you flash back like they've been talking for hours and I don't see the first interaction?
Indeed.
Emil, I've missed you so much. How long has it been since we last spoke?
Since you left House Bartels, I was 8.
He still doesn't seem all there, though.
And just look at you now, all grown up.
It almost seems like he's forcing himself to do this.
I notice that you still indulge in sweets. It makes me happy to see that you're still the same in some ways.
It has been some time since I've tasted such a thing.
I mean, I know he's still... Like Mercedes said, part of him still's in there, but I feel like he's almost been revived somehow.
Well, of course. That's because this is a recipe only Mother and I know of. Oh no, you've gotten crumbs all over your face. Sit still while I wipe them off.
I'm reminded of Felix.
Stop it.
Oh, come on. Allow me to be your big sis. It won't hurt you to indulge me.
Wait a minute, Mercedes was 22. How old was Yuritsa to be teaching? Well, I mean, how old were we? Alright, that's fair.
Mercedes, the little brother you once loved, he is no longer here.
It doesn't matter to me how you've changed. You will always be my baby brother.
Yeah, that's... Out of all the people in here, I think that's true for Mercedes.
You are precious to both me and to Mother.
Mother is well, I assume.
Maybe it's what not that he's been brought back to life, but because of all the things he's had to do, it changed him.
She is very well. You should send her a letter. She'd be so thrilled.
I suppose.
Mother has always borne a deep regret over what happened. We should have brought you with us.
We never intended to leave you alone with House Bartels.
Perhaps not. But it was wise of Mother to have only taken you.
Well, how so?
As the heir, if she had taken me, Father would have searched relentlessly for us all. And had he found us, I feel certain he'd have killed you both.
Interesting.
Yes, that's what Mother said too. He'd have done exactly that. You know, I've heard about what happened. About killing the family of House Bartels.
And? Are you afraid of me? Or do you despise me?
Neither of those. That isn't why I bring this up.
Yeah, I honestly don't think it matters what Eureka does. Mercedes will never stop loving him.
I understand your reasons, but it's a terrible thing to take a life. You understood that even then.
Yes, but Mercedes, everybody in this army, including you, has done that.
I've been waiting a very long time to ask you. Why did you do it? Why did you kill your father?
But on that, you know, that like it's more than just a life at that point.
Because I wanted to.
Why did you want to?
I know you're avoiding my question.
Yeah.
I can hear it in your voice. I won't ask any further if you don't want to tell me why. But just let me know if you ever feel ready to talk to me about it.
Understood. The time may eventually come.
Until then, I'll wait patiently.
Sheesh, all the Eurekas are going to be interesting, aren't they? Alright, well that's a good start, I can't get all my answers immediately. Oh, and while we're at it, why on earth does the scariest man in this game, even one who put fear in my heart, have a support with Bernadetta? You know, I'm reminded of the ranking that I saw. I mentioned it in my... well, in the video of where I saw Three Hopes. And Bernadetta, I almost want that they had to have planned it in advance. There's no way they saw, okay, who's the most popular of the Black Eagles that's not the house leader? Oh, it's Bernadetta? Okay, we'll give her all the... No. It had to have been made in advance. I can't help but wonder, did they try to make Bernie the most popular character? Did they just assume that would happen? Because this is Japan we're talking about. I think, well, there's been a uptake in, I think, characters like Bernie in Japan. So I think it was, I mean, they were clearly right if that was their intention. Besides Edelgard, well, I mean, the top two would be Lysithea and then Bernie. I don't know if they planned for Lysithea though. But then they made her OP. It's like, if you make her OP, then of course it's like no matter what route you're in, you're gonna want her. Though Lysithea does have, like, she's the only other person cross house with a support with Edelgard, unless you consider Constance. That alone is a special support, and she has something in common with Edelgard. Maybe they did plan it. Maybe they did. But I do think, I'm not trying to say that this is the only reason people play this route, but yeah, I have all the, well, besides Hill, the main one in question. I think it's fair to say they wanted you to love. I always thought that they wanted you to choose the Black Eagle route first, and therefore I think that they made the Black Eagle females, because let's be completely honest, especially since female Byleth is the one they showed in the trailer for Three Houses, and I know that this game is mainly male dominated. I think that just proves my point entirely. That, and also Fire Emblem Heroes, there is some, I should have never seen pictures like this for Rhea. I'm just waiting for them to do something with Edelgard. I'm just waiting. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Mark my words. Or maybe not. Maybe they'll be respectful considering who Edelgard was. I actually think it's less of a big deal for Rhea to be in that than Edelgard. Like, I think they're still excellent characters. Especially Dorothea has been, wow. Some really interesting stuff have happened from Dorothea. And you could say she's the one who's supposed to reel you in the most. Although, honestly, I think that was Edelgard herself. Like, no matter what, when people start the game, they're like, all right, I'm a guy. I got 3 leaders, 3 leaders to choose from. And a lot of guys will probably have chosen female Violet as well. And then the game creator's like, all right, it's okay. We still got you. We still got you. Even if you want to choose female Violet, you can still get with Edelgard. That, like, just speaking purely on, purely logically, I just think that was a choice to make you more likely to choose the Black Eagle route. I think there were the highest amount of people who chose the Black Eagle route first. And it also would, if you chose the route for that, the chances are higher that you would choose Edelgard in, to continue with Edelgard all the way through. I think that's fair to say, right? I mean, the one counter argument people had was Hilda's ending. I've seen it. I see what they're talking about, but I'm talking about pre-time skip, you know? Not even the post-time skip looks, because it's all about making you choose. Once you're in the route, well then yeah, I mean, true, the Black Eagle still kind of carry that over. Like, especially looking at Petra and Dorothea. Like Mercedes, Ingrid, Annette, Leonie, Lysithea, Marianne, they don't really... Well, anyways. I'm not going to dwell on that. It's just something I've been thinking about when I got to this route. I'm like, man, I could focus in the other routes. In this route, I'm like, huh. This is, how dare somebody try to tell me that Hilda was beating these? And keep in mind, I don't even know what Petra, Edelgard, Dorothea, or Bernadetta's endings look like yet. So, that's another thing. But anyways, alright, we still have some time. So, I should probably get my team up. Though I'm wondering if I'm going to be able to teach at all. How about Edelgard and Ferdinand? Let's see how that goes.
Ferdinand, I hope you'll take this opportunity to speak freely to me.
Oh, really?
I do not require your permission to speak my mind.
Huh. Things still seem strained between the two of them. It's understandable. And I did not get Edelgard's A rank. Then I guess I'll do Happy and Linhardt.
Usually the atmosphere in the dining hall kind of bums me out, but with you two, I think I'll be okay.
And I am well aware that Happy could also fit in that same category I was talking about before.
None of us are great at reading a room. Isn't that right, Professor?
But she's not in the Black Eagle route, so it don't matter. I know she turned into this. Oh. Okay, cool. I got our A rank. Okay. So the only one we got was Linhardt's support. Good, because I kind of just... I don't feel like too many more. Then I'll end it with that. Why did they make me walk to it, though?
Professor?
I unlocked it. We get the point. But alright.
Ah, yes.
Talk to me, Linhardt.
Professor, what brings you out so late?
I could ask you the same.
I've been worrying about something. I asked you once to help me achieve my goal of being a person who can simply nap all day. Then I thought, if the world becomes a peaceful place, all my crest research might be for naught.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Well, I don't see how crests have much use in times of peace.
That's fair.
Certainly there are crests that make you stronger and could be used in engineering.
That is also what I was thinking.
And I suppose crests that increase magical abilities might help doctors heal injuries.
But we can make advancements that would make it to where we don't need crests for that.
Still, the possibilities seem limited.
Yeah?
It's as if crests were designed to be used only in times of war.
Well, that's because we weren't supposed to have them. Their original owners can just chill, you know, they don't have to be fight. I mean, sure, they can, but nah.
Their power meant to bring about death and destruction.
So the reason we have crests is for war, yeah. Maybe you're right.
I cannot prove what I say is true, but suppose for a moment that it is. The longer this war goes on, the more useful my crest research becomes. But if the war were to end today, we would go on living, perhaps not using the power of our crests at all.
That brings an interesting perspective into what choice Lysithea would choose, which you brought up. Without her crest, if there's no more war, she literally has no need for them.
It is truly my dream to be a crest scholar, but I also dream of all the wonderful naps peace would bring. Saying it all out loud, it feels a rather stupid thing to worry over. Knowledge or peace? Sleep or war?
Well, no, I don't think so. Yeah.
Thank you, Professor. I appreciate the sentiment.
More than a sentiment.
Although if I stop researching crests, I'll have one less excuse to spend time with you.
You don't need an excuse for that, man. I'm always interested to hear what you think about stuff.
Professor, don't make faces like that.
Like what?
People like you, who listen to my blathering, and then nod and smile as though what I say matters.
It does, though.
People like you are very precious to me.
Ah, shoot, I should have waited. I forgot about that side effect. Hey, wait a minute. Why didn't... Hey, I got robbed. Hey, I got robbed. Did anybody else have that effect? No, because if they did... I got robbed. Why didn't anybody else get their ranks up? Or, you know, the... Whatever. I mean, it was good for me to use the lunchtime for that anyway, so, okay. Alright. Well, with that said, I am done. I guess it's finally time, huh? I'm ready, I think. I think I've delayed it for like a good month of my time. Not sure how long it's been for you all, but... Yeah, because I just uploaded the... It hasn't been too long for you all. I mean, I've just been doing supports, so... Yeah. I'm ready to go take on Judith. No matter what happens, I don't think that I'm gonna hold it against Edelgard. I mean, I'm gonna hate it, probably, but... You know. And there is something I want to mention before that battle. Hopefully I'll remember to. Because I plan to make a video about it, but I think it'll just make sense to say it before then, so... I've enjoyed our time of peace. Yeah, this is a nice spot to end on. We're about to get back to war, but I think I'm in a good spot for it. So, with that being said, this has been Blade. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't say I hope to see you all next time because, well... That's going to be an interesting episode, but nevertheless, hope you all are having a great day, and I will see you all next time. And now it is time for the question of the day. And I feel like it's been ages since I did this for Fire Emblem, to the point where people watching this series may have forgotten this could even happen, but here's the winner. Here's the question of the day. Thank you, Teach Me Izzy, because I could not come up with a question, well, one that I wanted to ask for this episode. And I think this one fits good, because I was kind of talking about how female Byleth is in Three Hopes. I think both Byleth fulfill the role that they're supposed to fulfill. but they're not actual characters. Like, there have been Avatar characters that you can tell, while they're supposed to be you, they're really their own character as well, like Robin, who, in my opinion, I think is the best Avatar in Fire Emblem. Robin was chock full of personality to where I actually liked him better than Chrom, and was well integrated in the story to where he didn't feel like he was overpowering Chrom. Or Lucina, who I would also argue was like a main character of the game. But for Byleth, I think it's crucial for him/her to be the way that they are, because we're Sothis. And just how they kind of cut Sothis off before she would get opinionated on which route she would choose, I think it's also important that Byleth, we put our own emotions into how Byleth is thinking, and we decide what path we want to take. I feel like for this game in particular, out of the Fire Emblem games, because actually the other game that I mentioned has 3 routes, kinda, also had an avatar named, well, Mark. He was as bare bones, I think, as you can get with an avatar, to the point where he might as well not have been there. He wasn't even a playable character, but for who we're supposed to be, I don't have a problem with Byleth. There are a few things that I wish we could have had actual voice lines for, because you know we have crit quotes and everything, so a few lines in some scenes wouldn't hurt, but overall I personally don't have a problem with Byleth. Though I will say in 3 Hopes that I would have a problem if they only use female Byleth, because like I'm saying, Byleth isn't a character. It's one thing for Corrin and Robin, as they are their own characters, but Byleth is very much supposed to be the player. So, anywho, with that being said, please post your thoughts down in the comments below, and I will see you all next time.